Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today I'm going to be going over my picks for the top 10 best handling cars in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now this list is not just going to be the best handling cars, because that would just include 4 open wheel cars and then probably like the LM87 and then a list of very, very good handling cars. So I've got some good handling cars on this list, but I also have like the best handling car in each category. So for example, in the muscle category, I have the best handling car for that. For the sports category, I have the best handling car for that. For the tuners category, for the supers category, we got the best handling cars in some categories. We got some just generally good handling cars. And then truly some of the best handling cars are also going to be on this list. Anyway guys, if you enjoyed the video, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. We're going for 300k. Let's go ahead and get started with number 10. At number 10, I have selected the Bravado Buffalo STX, coming in at $1,612,500 if you got the trade price. Now if you don't, it's going to cost you $2,150,000. Now the Bravado Buffalo STX is regarded as the best performing muscle car all the way around in Grand Theft Auto Online. It's got a pretty high top speed, it's got pretty good acceleration, it's got really, really good handling for being a muscle car, and especially for being a 4-door muscle car. It's a really good looking vehicle, it's got a decent amount of customization, and it's got Amani tech, so you can put the missile lock-on jammer on it, as well as armor plating, front-mounted machine guns, an oil slick proximity mine dropper, and of course it does have bullet resistant windows as well. They can take about 15 shots from an assault rifle, so that's pretty good. The Buffalo STX is very, very good when it comes to handling though, making it one of the best muscle cars in the entire game, especially for the twistier muscle car circuits. Now a lot of the stunt race circuits that are muscle only do tend to be a little bit twisty, and the STX makes quick work of those circuits. It's not the best handling muscle car, but it certainly is a really good handling one, and for me that's enough to get it onto this list. Anyway, that's it for number 10. Let's talk about number 9. At number 9, I've selected the ENIS Paragon R, coming in at $905,000. Now this thing is removed, but it is still an excellent handling sports car. Now it does come into the car meet semi-often. Of course you can also buy it from other players, but it does also show up in the auto shop as a customer delivery car where you can buy it as well, so do keep that in mind. Now the ENIS Paragon R is based off of the Bentley Continental GT in real life, potentially the Continental GT Speed as well, or some of the higher trim models depending on the customization that you put on the vehicle. This thing is all-wheel drive, so it gets a really good launch. It also has a pretty good top speed, but the handling is really where this thing shines. Despite being based off of a 5,000 plus pound Bentley, this thing actually handles pretty well. It's actually shockingly good in the corners, so definitely a cool car, definitely one to look into. If you see it in your auto shop, you should probably buy it, or if you see it in the car meet again in the future, you should also buy it then. It's a really cool car, it's really good looking, a lot of customization. Overall, it's a great vehicle, and the handling is definitely one of its best features. That's it for the Paragon R. On to number 8. Number 8, I selected the Emperor Vector, coming in at $1,338,750 if you have the trade price. Now if you don't, it's going to run you $1,785,000. This thing is technically in the sports category, but it's also in the tuners subcategory that you can use in the Los Santos car meet races, so do keep that in mind. This thing is not going to be one of the best handling sports cars, but out of the tuner, subclass sort of cars, it is pretty darn good. Now the reason I picked this over the Karen Sultan RS Classic, for example, is just because it has a little bit of a longer wheelbase, meaning that the handling isn't so snappy. I find with the Karen Sultan RS Classic, the handling is really snappy. If you turn too hard, that back end is going to come around on you, and it's a cool car, but the Emperor Vector for me just handles a lot better. It is all-wheel drive, of course, so it does have that advantage in the corners and of course off the line. It's also got a semi-decent top speed, plus you can also lower the car to make the top speed a little bit better as well. And of course, being that it's a tuner's car, it has a ton of customization, which is just an added bonus, and it also happens to be one of the best sounding cars in the entire game. So that's another bonus. The Emperor Vector is a really cool car. You should definitely look into it, especially if you're looking for a good handling car that you can use in those tuners races. At number 7, we have the Dubachi Wagner, coming in at $1,535,000. This thing is a budget-friendly, incredible supercar overall, but the handling is definitely one of its best features. It has a super high downforce rating, so it can go around corners really fast and really smoothly. Now, if you go around corners at a lower speed, it's not going to handle so great because it is rear wheel drive only, but at high speeds, this thing makes quick work of corners, and that high downforce is definitely a very helpful thing to have on this vehicle. It has a little bit in the way of customization. Overall, it's a good looking car, in my opinion at least. I know a lot of people don't really like it, but I think it's cool. It's a great car. It's got a top speed of about 126, which is semi-high, and it's a really good car for the money. That's it for the Dubachi Wagner number 7, on to number 6. Next up, number 6, we got the Grotti Turismo Omaggio, coming in at $2,845,000. This thing has one of the best turn-in responses in the entire game as far as I'm concerned. The handling on this thing is absolutely crazy. You turn in, it's super fast steering, which is awesome. And the rear end of the car, despite being rear wheel drive, doesn't seem to slide out on you very much. So it's really good. It's very planted. The suspension works really well. The turn-in response works really well. The steering is great. It's a great handling car. Now, I do have some gripes with the Omaggio, like the singular color option that you get on the car, which also does the interior color. That's kind of a misstep by Rockstar in my opinion, but other than that, it is a pretty awesome performing supercar. Doesn't have the highest top speed, however, the rear wheel drive does seem to hook up pretty well, and you do get a good launch with this thing. So I can't really complain about it too much, and the handling is just absolutely superb. It's definitely a really good handling car, guys, and you should definitely look into getting one if you don't have one already. I think it's awesome. That's it for the Omaggio at number 6. And at number 5, we have the Vapid Dominator ASP, coming in at $1,331,250 if you have the trade price. And if you don't, it's going to run you $1,775,000. This is the best handling muscle car in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, it's arguable between the STX and this as to which one handles better, but in my opinion, the ASP does handle a little bit better, and it also has a lot more customization, it has a higher top speed, and it has a better launch off the line. And the wheelie on it is absolutely insane too. Plus, it's a Tuner's DLC vehicle, so that means that it has the stance mode, which means you can make the top speed on this thing really high, but you do have to reduce your handling a little bit. However, the ASP is just a great handling muscle car. Now, it does tend to have a little hint of understeer occasionally, but for the most part, this thing is going to be absolutely perfect for you on 99% of racetracks. This thing is absolutely awesome. It hooks up really well, it handles super great. The rear end isn't really going to spin out on you too much unless you have it in that stance mode, making it one of the best cars to race with in the muscle category. This thing is very good, guys, and I would highly recommend picking one up if you don't have one already somehow. At number 4, we have one of the best handling cars in the entire game. In terms of just pure handling, this is the Ocelot Locust, coming in at $1,625,000. This thing is one of the best lightweight sports cars in Grand Theft Auto Online that you can just throw around corners. It's not super fast, doesn't have a super high top speed. The acceleration is okay actually, but the handling is really where this thing shines. You can pretty much take this thing at any corner you want, full acceleration, and it will go around it and it will not complain about it. The Ocelot Locust is crazy in that regard. You can feel how light this car is when you're driving it, meaning that it's just going to go around these corners like nothing pretty much. It is an absolutely insane sports car, guys, and it's definitely something you should look into. Now, unfortunately, it is removed, so if you do want one, you're gonna have to buy one from another player or wait for one to come into the shops. So that is kind of unfortunate, but it is such a good handling car. I really highly recommend getting one. I wish that it had a roof. I wish that it just looked a little bit better. I wish that it wasn't just fully roofless, but unfortunately that seems to be the case with the Ocelot Locust. Still really cool car, still handles amazingly. You guys should definitely pick one up whenever it comes back into Grand Theft Auto Online. At number 3, for the best handling sports car in the entire game, we have the Grotti Italy GTO, coming in at $1,965,000. This is the best handling sports car in GTA Online by far, in my opinion at least. Now, there are going to be some guys in the comment section here who are going to say, that thing handles terribly, You're just not using it right. I promise you this is the best handling sports car in Grand Theft Auto Online. It is absolutely insane. It's all-wheel drive, so it gets a really good launch off the line. It's got a super high top speed of about 129, I want to say. And the GTO, like I said, is all-wheel drive, meaning that it goes around these corners like it's nothing. It is so good. It is the best sports car in Grand Theft Auto Online generally, and therefore it is also the best handling sports car in GTA Online. Now, you can argue that the Ocelot Locust could potentially outhandle this thing, and I would agree, but in terms of just pure speed and an overall package, the Grotti Italia GTO just smokes the Locust and any other sports car in the game. So keep that in mind. It's a great car. You guys should definitely pick one up. And at number 2, we have the Benefactor LM87 coming in at $2,915,000. This thing is the best handling supercar in Grand Theft Auto Online, and for good reason. It's like a full-blown race car, so it kind of makes sense. But this thing has crazy downforce. Now, I talked about the Dubocci Wagner a little bit earlier in this list. That thing has really high downforce, but the LM87 probably has double the amount of downforce that the Dubocci Wagner has, while also being a lot lighter than it, meaning that this thing can go around any corner in the game pretty much as fast as you want with the accelerator pinned. It is crazy how responsive this thing is. Now, on top of this, if you play on PC, this thing has a speed glitch where it goes way faster than it actually should. Now, that doesn't happen on console, so exclusive to PC, obviously, but it goes so fast. It's absolutely crazy. It is an awesome car generally, though. It's got quite a bit of customization, and the handling just outpaces literally anything else in the game, except for the open wheel cars. This thing's crazy. You guys should definitely pick up an LM87. And if you're watching this video the day that it comes out or in the coming days after it has come out, this thing is on sale for 40% off. So pick up an LM87 while you have the chance, especially for 40% off, guys. This thing is crazy. Now, for some honorable mentions, we have the Annis S80RR, which is a removed vehicle, coming in at $2,575,000. The Annis S80RR is similar to the LM87 in the fact that it is a full-blown race car and that it has a crazy amount of downforce while also being a very lightweight vehicle. Now, both of these cars are rear-wheel drive, but they both handle absolutely incredibly. They almost feel like they're all-wheel drive just because of how much downforce they have and how easily they go around corners. The S80RR is definitely a very good car to pick up. It's definitely one that I would highly recommend whenever it comes back into the game. You guys should definitely pick one up. And for some more honorable mentions, we have the Declassi DR1, the Ocelot R88, and the Progen PR4. Now, I'm putting the Declassi DR1 on screen here because it is the best performing out of the Ocelot R88 and the Progen PR4 and itself, obviously, but the other two vehicles are pretty good as well. The DR1 is super sick. It goes really fast around the corners. All the open wheel cars have insane handling because they have more downforce than the LM87 and the S80RR. Probably like triple the downforce of those cars, which is insane to think about because those cars already stick to the ground very well. So it's kind of insane, but the open wheel cars really have a lot of downforce, and depending on the options that you pick for the customization with like the spoilers as well as the fronts on them, they can actually gain more downforce. So that's pretty cool as well. So do keep that in mind. But at number 1, of course, we have the Benefactor BR8 coming in at $3,400,000. This is the best handling open wheel car while also being the best performing open wheel car. It has a slightly higher top speed, it has slightly better handling, and slightly better acceleration than the other 3 open wheel cars that I just mentioned as honorable mentions. This thing though is absolutely crazy. It goes around any corner as fast as you want. You don't even need to slow down. You barely need to use the brakes with this thing. It does also have a boost, which is really cool, similar to all the other open wheel cars for the record, which is really nice, and it can boost you out of corners really easily. But these things are just insane. They're absolute handling monsters. You can't really go wrong with picking up the open wheel cars, except the only thing is if you damage them, like if the front splitter comes off, for example, or the rear wing, they do lose a lot of their downforce, and they are quite fragile. So do keep that in mind for sure. But still, all the open wheel cars are absolutely insane when it comes to handling. That is the one thing that they are just better at than anything else in Grand Theft Auto Online. Anyway, guys, there you have it. That has been it for my picks for the top 10 best handling cars in GTA Online in 2024. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike. Subscribe to my channel if you guys are new, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care. Peace.